Will you say that the man in question, Mr. Uko, did something wrong by asking the sister-in-law to leave the house based on her attitude?
Well, the man was not wrong. He is the husband of the woman and the head of the house, the head of the home. And if for some reason he noticed some unusual movement around his house, is within his place to ask question. And he did the right thing by confronting the wife and asking to know what was going on. And the wife's reaction was totally uncalled for and quite extreme, if you ask me. If the woman had nothing to hide, I mean, she wouldn't have taken it to that point of pouring hot water, hot oil on the husband. That was totally out. His violence should never be condoned. In this case, it's a woman. The trend has always been men abusing women in marriage, but seeing that a woman this time around standing up and then being abusive to her husband is totally wrong and should be condemned by all.
I mean, people have always been talking about sister-in-law, mother-in-laws, Israeli father-in-laws, though, coming to stay with their children in the house. They're always talking about this problem. So, would you say that this should go on, or couples should mind their business? Because if you look at it, it's a difference in if we have read in a story that they have been having issues. There was issues before, but we didn't see anything like that. The whole issues started when the husband said, "You have to leave the house for peace to reign." So, what will you have to say about that? Because it is a serious issue in the world, like sister-in-laws, brother-in-laws, mother-in-laws are always causing issues at all.
Marriage is, as an institution, is for two persons, a man and a woman coming together to have a family of their own. And I think in the African society, when a man marries a woman, he automatically becomes a member of that woman's family, and the woman becomes a member of his own family. While I would strongly advocate for families to sometime allow younger couples, young marriages to grow and mature and weather the early storms that comes with new marriages. We are Africans. You cannot do away with the fact that you have families, both the man and the woman, from families, they have siblings, and siblings will visit. But having said that, it shouldn't get to a point where it will become a source of trouble in the home. If the man in this particular case had noticed a strange character from the sister-in-law and approached the wife to say, "Look, my wife, I'm not comfortable with your sister living with us in this house anymore," the proper thing would have been that the woman will call the sister and say, "Look, my husband is no longer comfortable with your presence in our home, and for peace of my home, I would want you to step away first," and then observe. And she can also reach out to the husband and say, "My husband, you asking my sister to leave. What is the issue?" At that point, they will discuss and then arrive at a position and say, "Look, this is the position that we've taken." The wife can either communicate that position, the family's position, to the sister, or the man as the head of the home can take that bold step and say, "Look, for now, sorry, we cannot accommodate you. At some other time, when things are a bit more stable in the home, you can come in and stay." And so, Africans must also understand this, that times are changing. Things are no longer where they used to be. The idea of, I've married you, I've married the entire family, and I saw the family must live in my house should be discouraged.